So I met Father at Ignatius. At the time he was my Latin teacher, and then he became our principal. And I guess through good times and bad, I got to meet Father through Ignatius.
It's been a pleasure to know him for many, many years, ever since we were young scholastics and teaching together at St. Ignatius High School in our Regency period.
We were there at Ignatius at Father Stiles' infancy of his tenure as being principal, as well as Father Welsh as president, and they truly were the dynamic duo.
I met Father Stiles when I was a freshman at St. Ignatius. He thankfully agreed to tutor me in both algebra and in Latin.
I'm Mrs. Stiles. I'm a mother of Father Ken.
This is Father Ken's sister Karen. Just want to say congratulations. We're all proud of you. You've always been a great big brother to me. We went to rival high school, St. V and Hoban, so after games, one of us always went to bed first and didn't want to talk, but it was a good childhood, and you've always been there for me, my family, my girls, and we're all proud of you and sending you our love.
I'm very proud of him and my daughter.
I first had Father Stiles as a teacher when I was a sophomore. He was my English teacher, and I do credit my ability to write a good letter or to write a good report based on what Father told me. He always was very specific in the way he approached writing, and it has helped me throughout my life.
You know, Father Stiles had a unique way of reaching out to those students, I'll call us challenged. You know, Ignatius is blessed with a lot of high-flying, high-performing kids, and I wasn't one of those. And he just had a way of reaching out to individuals like myself and making sure you didn't get lost in the crowd.
Personally speaking, in my rather unique and tumultuous career at St. Ignatius High School, Father was personally responsible for my successful graduation.
But he had a wonderful way to work with students, especially those who had difficulty with the intricacies of grammar. And he was so patient. You could see cora personalis being exemplified all the time. And that continues even to these recent years here at Walsh Jesuit, where he tutors kids who come into the Resource Center. And again, he's just so patient with them and so encouraging to them and really gets them to succeed.
He also supported us greatly in athletics. He attended all of our games, you know, from I can remember, you know, freshman football to varsity football. You look up in the stands and you see the big black, I guess, Jesuit sombrero, and hence why we nicknamed him the Sinister Minister.
One of his great works, of course, has been to be a principal of the Jesuit schools, and certainly at St. Ignatius High School. He did a wonderful job. I was there for part of the time he was principal in the early 80s, I think it was, and he handled things so well and really encouraged academic leadership.
Another great story that I remember about Father Ken was that when I was at Ignatius, I remember at the time that the Jesuits had a $35 per month stipend of money that they were given. And I would borrow from Father Stiles either $15 or $20 quite often. So it really does show what a generous person he is. Why I would ever have asked him for that money and why he ever gave it to me, I don't know.
Unfortunately and tragically, we lost our classmate and dear friend Joe Heller to the terrorist attacks of 9/11 in New York. And during that time, the guys from the Class 82, we put a caravan together to attend Joe's funeral in his new home in Connecticut. And Father called us right away and said, "I'm coming with you guys."
And at some of my lowest points, Father was there checking on me to make sure I was okay. We even have classmates that, you know, I know he goes to visit one of our classmates who's in prison.
My wife and I had the distinct honor of Father being our celebrant at our wedding some 20 years ago. So it's a relationship that started at school and has continued to this day.
My friendship with Father Stiles is more than just what someone might describe as meaningful or invaluable. To me, it's everything. He's taught, even today, continues to teach me lessons about life.
After I left St. Ignatius, I always kept in touch with Father Stiles, and I have gone to him for both practical and spiritual advice many times for many things. I have relied on his friendship on many occasions, and he has been a loyal and constant source of wisdom and mentorship for me throughout my entire life.
I want to congratulate him because, well, what are you going to say? It's just good. But gets on your nerves sometimes.
I'm a little biased, but I think there's nobody else more deserving than Father. Father lives Ignatius Loyola each and every day.
When I think about why Father Stiles is the appropriate recipient of this honor, I can't think of a person more deserving of recognition for being a person who has lived the life of an Ignatian Jesuit.
It's been a wonderful time with Ken all these years, and I'm just so happy for him that he's receiving this award, and I thank him for all his generous service to the people of God, especially in the Cleveland-Akron area, and Detroit as well, where he was for a while as well.
He's not judgmental, but he just wants to make sure that the human being is taken care of. And I think we saw that even when we were younger at Ignatius.
I congratulate you and I love you.
Father Stiles was our teacher, was our administrator, he was our leader, but he was and remains our friend. And how special is that?
I'd just like to thank everyone responsible for my presence here as this honoree. Most of my career in terms of spirituality is involved in youth and spirituality. As far as the retreat house is concerned, it would involve Kairos retreats. Those who run this retreat center have my utmost admiration. I've been on the board for the last few years, and I've been more than a little impressed by all they do, their energy and their willingness to be creative and to think of different ways to help people draw close to God is awesome. So once more, I thank you. I thank you for being here. I thank especially some of my former students from St. Ignatius, alumni, particularly of the class of '82, but others as well. You've kept me going over the years, and you allowed me to remain a team player by supporting me in small ways. Sometimes you think you're forgotten, and then one of you will call or say, hey, do you want to come to lunch? And it does make a difference.